Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm Laura and I'm so happy to have you join me. And if you're new here, consider giving me the thumbs up as it really helps my channel, but also subscribing, leaving a comment, and make sure you turn on that notifications so you know when we have content to share with you. All right, so let's get started as I show you how to make one of these super cute watercolor painted succulent postcards. So it's such a joy to share this with everyone as we are dealing with the COVID-19 pandemic right now. And I made a whole bunch of these and I sent them off to a whole whack of my friends just to let them know that I was thinking of them and missing them, and made some for the moms as well for Mother's Day. And they're just super cheerful, really easy to draw and paint, and I'm really happy to share them with you. They've been a real joy. And I've gotten really fantastic thank you notes back from everybody that has received them. So I'm once again really pleased to share them with you. And going forward, I do have a video on how to go about doodling a variety of these cacti and succulent. So you might want to check that out, and I will leave the link to that in the description below. All right, to start off with, we have a pencil and an eraser, and this here is just a cold press 140-pound watercolor paper, and you can cut this to whatever size that you like. These fit nicely in a standard envelope, so that's kind of why I went with this particular size and this particular shape. So quite simply, we're going to take a ruler and we're going to just draw a couple of lines at the top of our paper, and you have to remember that all of this pencil will be erased at the end, but you still want to use light lines or light pressure because you do want it to be erased easily. So we're going to just start off with our lettering, and you know what, you can find really great examples of this on YouTube as well as online. I just like to wing it, so by all means, however you choose to do it, it's going to be appreciated by whoever receives these. So I'm going to do the It Sucks, as in succulent, and I'm quite simply going to draw this okay, as easy as that. All right, so now we're going to actually draw our succulent. So I usually start off with the pot because then that gives us kind of our approximate dimensions here. And once again, I will have a tutorial on my channel as to how to go about drawing a variety of these. So then we're just going to come down like so. And this one I want to have a bit of foot to it, or a stand to it. Okay, so there's that. And we will be going over this with our Sharpie, so definitely just has to be an approximate. And then we're just want to draw our approximate shapes of these. And this one here, I made a little pointed. I'd like it a little rounder. So I just come in like that, and then I'm going to add a few overlapping ones on the bottom here. And this one, I'm just going to go in and just add some of these lines here. Like so. Super easy. Like that. And then of course, we want to add our heart, which is representative of the hearts in the window, movement that we see going on right now, which I absolutely love. We'll go in and we'll add a few lines for some definition. We don't want to forget our shadows, our shading on this. And there you go. It's as simple as that. Super, super easy. So then we take our Sharpie and we start to go over everything that we just drew. And because this is permanent pen, we can do this part of it and not worry about it bleeding when we actually do our watercolor. Alright, so we have finished the outline. Excuse me. So now we just have to go in and we are going to just erase all of those pencil lines. Because once we add the watercolor, any pencil lines that we go over with the paint is there permanently. So we want to make sure and get those off. All right, and I just made it a little dirty here. There was something on my eraser actually, and so that's on there, but don't worry about it. These little things happen. All right, so there is the base of our watercolor painting. So now I've got my little spray bomb here, and which I prefer sometimes to dipping into a water tray. So I've wet that nicely. And I have a variety of paintbrushes here. I may or may not use them, but it's always good to have a variety handy. And use whatever paints that you have available. I tend to keep these same paints on my palette most of the time. Just because I use them a lot, and don't be afraid to mix in some other colors. So we're just giving this a nice coat to this green paint. Like so. Okay, awesome. So now I want to add just a titch of red to the tips of these. As we know, red and green are complementary colors. And this just kind of helps it pop a little bit. Okay, rinsing that out. I'm going to go in, I'm going to blend these a little bit more. Oops, I needed some green in there, that's what I wanted. And I'm going to brighten that up just a titch. Okay, awesome. So now just grabbing a little bit darker stuff. We're going to add that third color in there. Okay, fantastic. I love how that looks. Very bright and cheerful. So next we'll move on to our pot. And I'm going to take a mix of black and brown. And a little bit of orange in there too. Mix that up. And we'll just go in. Now you see how I've done this wet and we get a little bit of that bleeding from the green, and I love that effect. If you don't want the bleeding, then by all means just do one part of your pot and then go in and add, or let it dry, and then finish it off with the other colors. But I do kind of like the bleed a little bit here, so. All right, very nice. Okay, and then we're going to come back in here with a little bit more, and this is like a black with a green. And then we're just going to give ourselves a few shadows down here. Awesome. Okay, we're going to let that dry just a titch before we go adding the color to our heart. All right, our painting is mostly dry. We have a little bit of dampness in here, but it shouldn't affect us adding the red to our heart. So we're just grabbing some of that red. It's the same that we used for the rest of it. And we just pop it in there. Like that. And then we want to grab just a little bit more, a little brighter or darker area in here. All right, awesome. So once again, we're going to let that dry. I use a hair dryer. All right, fantastic. Now it is mostly dry. So at this point, you just flip it over and you rate your sentiment. And with this one, I said, it sucks that we can't be together, but know that I cherish you and love you very much. So go ahead and add whatever it is, that message it is that you'd like to send to the person that you are giving this to. They look really great in little frames as well. So for now, this is Laura. I thank you once again for popping by and joining me to make this really fun postcard project. I really appreciate it. And don't forget to give me the thumbs up. It really helps my channel. Please subscribe, comment, and click that bell so you get the channel notifications. So for now, thanks again, and I hope you have a fantastic day. Take care.